This is the United States. This is the new America. Do they want to be Americans, or do they want us to be Mexicans? They're writing Hamas on the building in America.
Who are immigrants and used to be and fought for my rights to be here, so we have every right to be here, and he shouldn't be sending anybody back. I'm marching out today to help everybody that I love. Look, these are all my people. She's Mexican, she's Mexican. These are all this.
Why don't she go to Mexico then, if those are all her people? Your people should be the Americans, you idiot. And these people think they're entitled. I can't imagine just thinking that I was so entitled to go to Russia or the UK or wherever. Just entitled to go there and then just support me financially. Like, how privileged and entitled can these people be, man?
All my family too, you know, we all stick together.
All this as the LA Unified School District is warning about reports of people. Superintendent Alberto Carvalho saying the sightings have been, quote, generating fear within our communities.
Many of these demonstrations has been the flag of Mexico. LA Times columnist Gustavo Arellano addressed the issue in his latest column.
Freeways, throwing stuff at police officers, that's not the way to do it. And so that I do not condone, even though sometimes people try to insist that I do. No. But waving the Mexican flag, hey, that's part and parcel of what we have seen with these types of protests over the past 30 years in Southern California.
Why wave the flag of another country and not the U.S.? And how will that win hearts and the hearts and minds of opponents? Let's talk about the two sides of that argument and what the tricolor flag represents in this particular debate.
Obviously, when people see an immigrant rights rally and see a flag that is not the American flag, there's a incongruity there. Like, why on earth are you not waving the American flag? Yet, what are these students going to do except wrap themselves in the flag of something that they have pride in? Now, do I agree with that? No. I think everyone should be waving the American flag. That was, of course, the year of Proposition 187, the ballot initiative, which passed heavily in California. And I just remember on the local news, probably Channel 5, now that I think of it, in Fullerton, there was a protest, and you had an older African-American gentleman cheering on the students, but telling them, hey, wave the American flag, not the Mexican flag. They started ridiculing him, and on air he said, you know what, I was against Prop 187, but if this is what it's going to lead to, I'm going to be for that. So that always stuck with me. But as I saw, say, the protests of 2006, until the George Floyd protest, the largest protest ever in LA history, as I saw this, the immigrant rights movement change, those people who are waving the flags, they're novices, they're neophytes, if you will, to the movement. You need an easy way to get
organizers say this rally here was held
Their demands include establishing the university as a sanctuary campus, ensuring no cooperation with ICE, and refusing to share student information, also creating more scholarship opportunities for undocumented students, increasing funding opportunities for undocumented students.
Why do they always think that they deserve more than the United States citizens get? Why do they always think they're better? You know, they're better than us.
The concerns are families being separated, people being taken away from their children, being taken away from their parents, parents being taken away from their...
Yeah, that's why you don't break the law. See, I can't go and rob a bank because they'll put me in jail and they'll separate me from my kids. That's what happens when you break the law. That's why we put people in jail, so they don't, break the law. That stops that. See what I'm saying? These people act like when you break the law, you should have your kids locked up with you or something. Or
a statement from President Luke Wood, which was sent out to campus last week. It says, "We are committed to supporting freedom of expression and freedom of speech. Many within our community have expressed that these..."
What about me, my freedom to be safe in my own country? That they don't just open it up to everyone and anyone without vetting anyone.
Says the messaging on the church's sign is not meant to be political, but a play on words. The sign outside this Palatine church has people stopping in their cars and on foot.
This is America.
Noticed more foreign flags were visible than American. Is that counterintuitive? That's a question columnist...
Trust me, I wish it was all American flags, but we're not at that moment, and
burning the American flag on their way to the U.S.-Mexico border. Press photographer did capture a picture of two people burning an American flag in front of the U.S. Embassy in Honduras in mid-October. They reportedly did so in support of the migrant caravan. But
we saw a shift also in the energy here on who was here. Yeah, I mean, yesterday it started about noontime, I'm going to estimate, and then it lasted until late last night. Yes, the 101 was taken over for some time yesterday, and of course that was the same day as the Grammys. You see the bottle there.
So they want to be Americans. Why don't they carry any American flags? Why are they all... I mean, I ask again, are you sure they want to be Americans, or do they want us to be Mexicans and be third world countries?
It's like a beer bottle.
And as we know, when they declare an unlawful assembly, that means that right now, all of the protesters, there's a skirmish, all the protesters are technically in violation of the law right now. So that gives the LAPD the right to start making arrests if these people don't leave in a reasonable amount of time. Yeah, oftentimes they'll do that over loudspeakers and say it repeatedly to try to give people time. We're also looking at the Mexico flag. Christy, I'm curious, what is the ratio we see of Mexican flags compared to maybe American flags out there?
No American flags.
I'm sorry, Alex, I can't hear what you're asking.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean...
They hate America.
El Salvadorian flags as well. Mexican flags we've seen. I haven't...
Why are we letting all these people in the country that hate our country? Like we don't have enough people that hate our country that are already living here as citizens?
Seen any American flags thus far. I'm not sure if you have, Alex, and all the coverage.
So in terms of what we're looking at now, again, that the dispersal order has been made. So it's a question now of trying to get these protesters out of the area. And hopefully all this can happen in a peaceful way.
Yeah.
What's the main message, Christy, that you're hearing from a lot of the protesters today that you're talking to?
What I'm hearing is that a lot of people here are saying that immigrants built this country and should be respected. And we've also talked to multiple people who tell us they are American citizens themselves, but they're
No, legal Americans that legally migrated here, built this country.
telling people to leave. Some of them are standing where they are not moving. Some of them have their cell phones out. Appear to be either recording, some cases live streaming this.
They should arrest all these traitors. These are traitors at this
and
point.
This isn't just limited to the city of Los Angeles. We saw the crowd earlier in in Orange County and Santa Ana. It's officially a day without migrants. That's what they're calling this day. This unlawful assembly declared just a few minutes ago. So far, no word of any arrest, but that...
Yeah, God forbid you arrest anyone so that they stop doing this unlawful crap. Where they shut down a whole city or burn it down to the ground like they usually do.
This legal? That video shows a group of pro-Palestine protesters taking an American flag down and burning it. It's not the first time we've seen something like this.
Story in Southern California as protesters have blocked the 101 freeway. Protesters around the immigration crackdown. I want to put this up, a post from the Los Angeles Times reporter Daniel Miller saying downtown LA protest demonstrators are now streaming onto the 101 freeway near City Hall, bringing Sunday afternoon traffic to a standstill. Other protesters are crowding overpasses where they are waving Mexican flags and holding signs. Another post says, you can see just the traffic stop saying, here's our first dispatch from the anti-Trump immigration protests in downtown LA. Thousands of demonstrators have come waving Mexican flags and signs. Some have walked onto the 101 freeway, halting traffic. You can see they're providing...
That's what's funny is Trump isn't trying to stop immigration. He's trying to stop illegal immigration. That's all.
An hour later, the Los Angeles Police Department declared it, quote, a non-permitted demonstration and advised people to expect traffic delays. The crowd grew to a few thousand people who marched to City Hall before many walked onto the freeway near the Alameda Street exit shortly after noon. Video of the scene showed many carrying Mexican flags, signs opposing U.S. immigration and customs enforcement. Police reported at 1:19 p.m.
Can you imagine being so entitled you go to another country? You know what I mean? Like, I just think if you went to Mexico and you just started protesting in the streets, saying, what's wrong with you people? Why won't you let me in? I'm an illegal alien. You're wrong. You're bad. Mexican is a horrible country. What's wrong with you? You should financially support me for the rest of my life. Or you're a racist and a xenophobe.
That the demonstration had moved back onto surface streets and opening both north and southbound lanes of the freeway. So you can just see the amount of people there, and you can actually see some people walking through on the highway, and just to show you how much this traffic has been stopped, as it's just about 2 o'clock.
All Mexican flags. No American flag. Not one American flag. These people are so entitled. This is America now. Open borders.
Of Alameda and First, this protest was heading south on Alameda and now has just made a right turn onto First. That's the Japanese American National Museum. You see there, that large building. Now, LAPD headquarters says they do have eyes on this protest, but by and large...
Last checked, they were burning flags in downtown. Andrew?
Yeah, Jennifer, Jeff, tensions are rising here, and so too is the smoke. from some burned American flags you can see here as one goes up in flames. There are two separate groups here burning as many flags as they can. We've counted as many as 4 or 5. Meanwhile, there's some pro-Trump supporters here that brought out some megaphones, and with that came some fights. That part has since died down, and everyone's focusing their attention now on burning the American flags. Meanwhile, police are on the outskirts of all of this. We haven't